your girl Shalae, and I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss how the internet has been in a frenzy ever since the Supreme Court has overturned President Biden's loan forgiveness plan. We're also going to discuss his new plan moving forward, when the repayment plans start, and what you can do if you have to start repaying your student loans. Now, we all know that in the early days of the pandemic, a moratorium was placed on student loans. It was initially meant to expire like 6 months, but since then it has been extended so many times. And then last August, President Joe Biden announced a program that will forgive up to $20,000 in debt for borrowers with federally held student loans. But yesterday, that plan for student loans to be forgiven, y'all, no, it will not move forward. So if you want to know where you stand today regarding your student loans and what you can do, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey friend. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel we discuss shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below and you're in, just like that. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like, especially if you love me bringing this content to you. Now guys, we know that Amazon Prime is approaching on July 11th and 12th. If you are not a member of Amazon Prime, go ahead and try it out free on your girl for 30 days. All you have to do is click the link above or below in the description box and you can get it just like that. Items delivered to you. It is a good look. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the student loans, because we all know during President Joe Biden's campaign, he promised to deliver $20,000 in student loan forgiveness for every United States borrower. And while he has canceled some student loans, it has not been this wide scale cancellation that everyone wants. And after yesterday, guys, the program won't be moving forward after a 3-year pause in payments and months of uncertainty and now legal challenges. So if you have not seen the news, the court ruled in a 6-3 decision that the Education Department has no authority to implement a program that would change student loans this way. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the truth. Like, the court decision on the case of merits, it wasn't a surprise to me, because they use the Higher Education Relief Opportunities for Students, are also known as the HEROES Act of 2003. And this was used to order the largest loan forgiveness program in the United States history. But this law is only a few pages long, and it was intended to assist military personnel deployed abroad in combat zones. And why do I know this? Because you guys know that I am a veteran and we have used this program. Now, according to so many lawyers, they said borrowers should not count on this student loan forgiveness. But what, guys? Not so fast, because in his remarks on Friday, President Biden said that he plans to push student loan forgiveness again, but he wants to now use a different legal authority or a different route. Now, once again, whichever route he decides to choose, this path is likely going to take longer. It's going to face more legal challenges. And then in the meantime, that 3-year payment freeze that was instituted during the pandemic, this will lift on August 30th, and all that interest on the loans will start to accrue again. Immediately following the denial, a press release was issued by the White House. Now, according to Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and I will never stop fighting for borrowers. We use every tool available to provide them with needed relief. Earlier today, the Department of Education initiated a regulatory process to provide debt relief so we can help the working and middle class borrowers who need it the most. Additionally, today, the department finalized our new income-driven plan, Saving on a Valuable Education, also known as SAVE, which will be the most affordable repayment plan in history. It will cut monthly payments to $0 for millions of low-income borrowers, save all borrowers at least $1,000 per year, and stop runaway interest that leaves borrowers owing more than their initial loan. Finally, the department is providing a 12-month on-ramp transition period that will help ensure borrowers smooth and successfully return to the repayment without falling into the delinquency or default. Borrowers who can make payments should do so, as payments will resume and interest will accrue. But the on-ramp to repayment will help borrowers avoid the harshest consequences of missed partial, or late payments like negative credit reports and having loans referred to collection agency. All right, guys, so this new plan will replace the revised pay-as-you-earn or repay plan, and anyone that was already enrolled in that plan, you will automatically be enrolled in this save plan. And any borrower in good standing direct loan will be eligible, which right now that application website is already live. So pretty much it means like if you are a single borrower who makes less than $15 an hour, you will not have to make any student loan debt payments. It will also allow borrowers to see that their total payments per dollar borrowed fall by 40% under this new plan. So they're saying like with this new plan, payments per dollar will drop about 83% for those with the lowest projected lifetime earnings, but with the highest projecting lifetime earnings, you would see a 5% reduction. Now, guys, while this is a great plan, ultimately it's just going to lower your payments, but the debt is still there. So I don't want you to say, hey, with this new plan, I don't have to make a payment, or maybe even based on your income, your payment is only $5 or $10, but that still does not remove the $30,000 or $40,000 that you may have in student loan debt. And this new plan that Biden announced that will allow borrowers to enroll in a temporary 12-month on-ramp grace period, this will begin October 1st of this year and will continue into September 30th of 2024. So it's not really a pause on student loan debt. What they're saying is that these on-ramp payments, that any missed payments will not harm like your credit. It will not lead to any garnishments or any loan default as well. Now, according to the Education Department, all borrowers with an outstanding federal student loan balance debt, you will start to see that interest accrue back on your loans beginning on September 1st of this year. And then your payments will not be due starting in October. So, I mean, honestly, this is just like robbing Peter to pay Paul at this point. The debt is still there. Are they going to give you another year grace period per se? Absolutely. And even if you get approved for his new save plan where your debt is based on your income and it is lowered, like I stated, that debt is still there. Is it something? Absolutely. And I think right now with inflation being as high as it is, you don't want to add an additional layer of now having to make student loan payments. But if you can make those payments, I would highly suggest that you make them, because we all know that interest is where it gets you. I mean, it doesn't matter how much you're paying towards the debt. Once that interest starts accruing again, it can really put you in a bind. So what can you do now? And that's the first thing I would say, is to pay off as much of your balance that you can before the administrative forbearance ends. So because that forbearance ends on September 1st of 2023, your balance will start accruing that interest. If you have saved up any money over the past 3 years, I would take advantage of that and put as much as you can to have a dent in your balance before that interest start accruing. I would definitely tackle like the highest interest loans first. Now, if you have other options, such as you can get your loans forgiven, canceled, or discharged, remember, if you are permanently disabled, you can start that process. In some cases, you can still file for bankruptcy, but it just depends on the type of debt, as well as not a guarantee that your student loans will be canceled. But if your college was falsely certified or eligible for the loan, look into that. I mean, you have like Peace Corps, Teachers of America. Guys, you can join the military. We're always hiring in the armed forces as well. Even if you are like a child social worker, if you are a dentist, a nurse, there are other student loan forgiveness programs out there that you may want to see. I just can't see moving forward how student loan debt will be erased or canceled on a wide scale that everyone wants. It's going to cost trillions of dollars for this to happen. And I'm interested to see how this SAVE program is going to work. Or is this just another Band-Aid that's being put in place where you don't have to make any payments, or your payments are so low, but that still doesn't help the overarching of when you're going to apply for a home or another car, because that debt is still there. It just shows that you are making your payments on time, whatever that amount may be. And let me know down in the comments below, what did you think about the Supreme Court decision? Were you disappointed? How much do you have in student loans? I do have an ebook where I teach you how to build your brand on YouTube. If you haven't watched some of my previous videos, I was able to pay off my student loan using money directly here on YouTube. So, hey, maybe it's time for you to go ahead and start to create a YouTube channel. I'm not going to tell you to go out and get a second job, because right now with gas prices being as expensive as they are, and just spending time with your family is much needed. But if you can get a second job, that is another way. But I know some people have 2 and 3 jobs and they still are unable to make those student loan payments. But YouTube was able to help me pay off over $200,000 in student loan debt. So if you want to get on YouTube, honey, I say go for it. And this is all that I have. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, grab you some Amazon Prime, and I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye, guys.